All right, great. Okay, so I'm here. Does not seem to be any audio. Okay, yes, yes. Um, yeah, I got it. Okay, so I got this recorded on a bunch of different computers, so we should be good to go. All right, guys. So first, I want to introduce myself. My name is Joe Marfolio. Some of you may know me from NHB. Some of you might not. You see my training. I don't do a lot of webinars, so just bear with me on this first one. Make sure we can get through it. I'm going to try to get everyone's questions answered. I made up this little PowerPoint slideshow. First, on my office hours, what I'm going to try to do is answer all the questions I get in my email first. A lot of you guys have emailed me. I try to get back to some of you. Some of you I've just returned an email and said I'm going to talk about in the office hours. If you send me an email and I don't respond, I will more than likely talk about it in the office hours, but feel free to email me again in case I missed it. I get a lot of emails every week. And so the best way to contact me is going to be through that email, or I may set up something like Network Empire has where you can just ask questions. Oh, hold on a second. Um, so, and then when you guys do contact me, I know some of you have specific questions, which is great. Some of you will email me like a website or say, hey, what niche should I go in? What I'm trying to do with my training and on these webinars is I want you guys to learn how to make those decisions for yourself. I want you to be able to analyze your own websites, figure out what niche you want to do by the different talents and things that you're interested in. So I'm not always going to just specifically tell you step by step what to do. But if you do want me to go over a website, like say you want me to like look at it and critique it, we can do that on a clinic style office hours, which means you can, we'll put it up on the office hours. I'll pull you on the webinar, but it's going to expose your niche and your website, right? Because we're going to be talking about it. I just don't have the bandwidth of time to like go over everybody's website. So not that I don't want to, I'd love to, but I just don't have that much time. Okay. All right. So let me go on to this little presentation. Let's see how this goes. And let's see. Play from. All right. So this is it. This is a guy at the beach on his computer. Now, a lot of people, when they get into internet marketing or working from home online, right? The biggest fallacy is that you can make money doing nothing. Right? You can make money from your bed, from your beach. I know I had this mindset when I first started. And it's a real detriment to a lot of people, and some people have it even subconsciously, thinking that hey, I'm gonna get this program, and then my bank is gonna fill up with money, and that's just not always the case. So the whole internet marketing thing has been put out there on this philosophy that's push button, right? That we can make money. Right? You're going to make money. And then what's the reality? Well, you wake up from your dream of just push button and making money and go to your day job. Or then you come home and you blame the course, or you blame somebody else why we're not making money. You find a new shiny make money method. You don't do the work required, and you repeat the cycle. Okay? Now, I'm not saying anybody in particular is doing this. I'm just saying this is a cycle many people get into. And it's a cycle that I was in for a while too, and and this is we all see these pictures with success all the time on Facebook. People post them, but I like this one in particular. It says success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency, constant hard work. Gain success, greatness will come. So you're not going to be able to get success without work. Now, for some of us, and some people maybe in internet marketing, they do the work and they work, but sometimes they don't see the success and they get frustrated, right? And so why is that? What generally happens? Well, with internet marketing, unlike anything else, there's tons of different paths we can choose. Now, these paths often lead to the same place, right? Here's another one with like 3. We want to get here where the money is. But what often happens is we start on a course, say local client consulting, and we get to a point where maybe we get some clients, maybe we don't, we get a little frustrated, we come back here and we go down the affiliate road. We're not doing really great at that. We come back here, we go down Amazon or something else, right? And we go down these roads. But what you have to understand is every road that we go down, there's almost inevitably going to be some kind of obstacle. Right? We're going to hit an obstacle. There's no career, no business that you start off with that you're not going to hit these obstacles. When I had my import business, me and a partner, we started that business with less than $20,000, and we sold it for 7 figures 5 years later. The thing is I remember the first year, I wanted to quit, and I was like, man, this is just too hard. And I saw I don't know if it was a video or I read it in a book by Donald Trump, and he said, if you want to be successful, you're going to hit the walls, and your only option is you have to go through that wall, and then you're going to hit another one, and you're going to go through that one, and you're going to go through that one until you get success. But if you don't go through that wall, you're never going to reach the success you want. So it's not that we're not going to get problems, it's how we're going to we're going to deal with them. See, you could say this is like internet marketers, right? They all bought the same course, and this guy, they stop, right? They hit this obstacle and they can't do it. This guy breaks through. He makes the money. Is this guy smarter than these guys? Probably not. What it is he's just more determined, and he doesn't let anything stop him. So this is what we have to do, and this is what I'm trying to show you in my training and on these webinars, is I want you to try to figure out when there's a problem, how can we get around it? How can we think outside the box, and how can we make things work? Can we go over it, under it, through it, right? There's always ways around a problem. It's just how we look at it, And then this is a great little diagram here, and this is by Munch Web, and I keep this on my computer. And what it is this is, right, you're first starting out, and it's hard, right? If some of us here, you might already be making money on internet marketing. If you are, you've been here, right? A lot of you are probably here right now, where you're learning and it seems overwhelming and the tasks just seem like to mount up, and you can see the destination, right? But you're like, man, how the heck am I going to get there? And so it says, it looks smaller. It looks smaller from the bottom. Just got to keep pushing. A lot of hard work and slow momentum. So you're learning, you're doing these things, but you're not making. You're making progress, but it's hard. And that's the key, is when you're in this phase. So say we're down the path of local client consulting, and you put this work into it. You could be right here, right, just about to get this tipping point, and then you quit and go do some affiliates, right? Or what you're doing is you're doing local client, you're doing affiliate, you're doing something else. So now instead of all your effort pushing this one boulder, you're pushing 3 boulders. But what happens is when you get to this tipping point, look at this, right? It says, whoa, you go down, and it just becomes so much easier. It says it gets easier from here, and if you hit another hill or another wall, you have some momentum behind you. Why? Because you've already cleared this, right? You have the confidence, you're making money. A lot of times, with marketing online, I know with me, I went full on into it, and I had to make money at it, and I was stressed, and one of the reasons I kept going in the beginning, jumping from affiliate to this to that, was because I needed to make money, and I wasn't making it fast enough. And it wasn't until I realized, or someone helped me realize, that hey, stay that path, make the money there. Then you learn the skills you need. You have money come in. You're not stressed. Then then you can go on to the next thing. If you got this momentum behind you, and you go to do affiliate, you're going to be able to really take off with it. So this is a great one right here. I like this picture because, right, isn't it true? Sometimes this is right when people usually quit, right? They're right about here to get their goal, and they worked so hard to get there, and then they stop. And that's the point is, we've all heard the expression, it's darkest before the dawn, right? Right when you think, dude, I don't know if I can do this, I don't know if it's going to work, all of a sudden you get a breakthrough, and boom, everything changes. And again, that's the path, right? If this guy says, oh shoot, this local client consulting, this is a $30,000 client right here, and he just said, oh, I can't do it, so I'm going to try something else, and then he's got to do all that work again. So anyway, I hope this helps out. I just wanted to kind of set the stage a little bit. On these office hours, I'm going to be answering questions and also maybe bringing up different points and tips. So now I'm going to go into the questions that I have here. Let me just check on some of these things. Okay, love your vids, Chris, Donald. Thanks a lot, guys, for all your comments. Feel free to leave comments in the question box. That helps me to keep going. And yeah, pure LOI. That's right. Law of implication. That's best. And David, he's so generous. He put the law of implication inside Director's Cut. If you guys haven't seen it, I suggest that you watch those videos by David. So let's get going. These are some questions that I've gotten in my email, and I've edited some, and I've taken the best I can. So let's just go through some of these, and then if you guys have any, just add it in here. And one other thing I wanted to say before I go on about this is that sometimes people look at experts or gurus, right? They look at me and say, oh man, that guy's making money, or they look at Mike or Greg or Fletch or Cotton, and you see the results, but there's a lot of hard work behind it. There's a lot of false starts behind it, and there's a lot of obstacles behind it to get to the point where we're at right now. And so just when you start hitting obstacles, I want you to think about that, because anybody you talk to, they're never, I don't know anyone who's made it who says, I just woke up one day and started doing a few things and started making money. So all right, so let's go into it. So can I get a copy, or can you post it in your area, the mind map? I think everyone likes to be. Okay, so you're talking about the mind map that I use for the ClickBank, and I will post that. It would be possible for you to go into more detail on how you would create videos for local professionals, rank them, and then lease their spots. What kind of videos work well for this kind of model? They would have to be fairly generic, I would assume. Okay, so this exact model is a training that I'm actually doing right now. How to get videos, how to rank videos for local clients, right? So I've had a lot of people ask me how to rank videos. I'm in the middle of doing that training right now. Should be done within the week. I'm also doing a training where you can get to show you how to find businesses who have already made videos, but the videos don't get any views. How I go about finding those videos, contacting the local business, and taking them on as clients. This is an extremely effective method. I just had one member who I showed some of this training to, kind of as a beta test, and she was able to go out, and I think within a week she nabbed 3 clients. So it's a very, very powerful method. It's not going to be saturated. It's a really, really good model. So I'm going to be showing that in some upcoming videos. All right, so let's go on. Okay, j0e. I make WordPress websites. Missing my dashboard plugin tool. How to set up plugin? Please reply. Okay, so let me go back. This question, I don't really know what you're asking. If you're asking how to how to set up a plugin, just whoever sent this to me, just have to be a little more specific on this. Okay. I am submitting my site for your review. Okay, I already covered this. This is someone who sent me their site. They sent me a couple of sites. They wanted me to review it. They basically said, I want you to review my sites. Here they are. I need to know, one, specifically what you want me to look at. And you know, that helps me out a lot. Two, if you want to do kind of clinic style or a hot seat on my webinar, then let me know that, and I'll bring you on, and we can review it. Okay, so do you do client consulting, and if so, what have you found to be the most effective method for getting clients? I have a need for some fast money getting, and some of the methods I have used in the past are unreliable and intermittent to say the least. Okay, so there is a training that I did with Mike Long. I don't know, it's been probably a year or two, and I asked Dave, and he generously put it in director's cut. It was in NHB, and I told him I think it would be good if it was in director's cut, because it'll give a base for some more of my training. It's about doing networking and doing chambers. It's more belly to belly sales, right? It's not passive, like putting up, you know, SEO San Diego and getting people to call you. That's passive. This is more aggressive, where you go out, and it's very, very effective. And just to let you know, I did it. I was able to, you know, that's how I closed when I had my breakthrough, right? So to say, is I closed $100,000 in sales in 1 month, and that wasn't because I'm a great salesman. I don't have really good grammar. I'm not really smooth. I don't think fast on my feet. I hate small talk. So I would go into these network meetings and basically, you know, walk right out, go to the bathroom, feel totally awkward, until someone taught me this method. And he was a mentor of mine, and he really helped me overcome this fear, and it was a really simple method. And so I go over that in those videos. I'm going to expand on that training some more, but I would tell you, take a look at those videos, and then this added training I'm going to come out with is going to be killer too. Okay, and I just want to let you know, I see the questions coming in, and I will get to those as soon as I'm done with these questions that I got emailed. So just hold on. Okay, so the past year I've worked as a subcontractor for a furniture chain, right? I put that in. He told me the company, but doing assembly. Therefore, I've put literally hundreds of products together. The directions and understandability. Right. So what he's basically saying here is that he works for a large furniture chain, which probably many of you would know, and they send out the furniture, but they don't. The instructions are not very good. So he wants to know what kind of opportunities does he have to basically, is there a way that he can make money doing this, to, you know, helping people? Well, I mean, you could. What you can do is you can, you know, if you have, I guess, you know, if you have the furniture available to you, you can do videos on how to assemble how to assemble the furniture, and then maybe have them go to your website, you know, give them to your website and offer them something to get their email, or you know, maybe have some Amazon products on there they can get. You can also make videos or web, you know, I'm sure you can put some videos or a website together on, you know, putting furniture together for this chain. and offer your services to do some over the phone consultations or something else. So I don't know, I'm kind of just off the cuff kind of thinking of this, but what you want to do is basically you want to take your knowledge, right, that you have from working at this company, and think about the people that are looking for the solution that you have to their problem. What's the best way to provide them with the solution? And then how can you monetize off of it? Is it selling your services, so that you can be a consultant for them? Is it giving videos, how-to videos on how to build this furniture and maybe sell, but if you show them how to build the furniture, is there more opportunity? Is there a reason why they're going to want to opt in to you to listen more from you? So you have to think about the problem, figure out the solution, and then I guess figure out a way to monetize it. And, that helps out. Plus, two, you think about it, if you have knowledge of furniture, putting furniture together, building furniture, there's affiliate products that you can do. I mean, furniture building and woodworking is huge. So you can even possibly take your knowledge from here, do some affiliate promotions on that, or you could even try and get in touch with the chain and see if they'll pay you to make videos to demonstrate it. So there's a lot of different options, I guess, available. Okay, it says I'm from India, living in company visa. Go. Okay, so he's saying he's from India. He can't do local client consulting there. So the only option is affiliate marketing. Now, first on this, remember, I don't know, okay, what the rules are in India, but if you can do local client consulting from India and get U.S. clients. The one training I'm going to be putting out is going to be all about that, where you can get clients from the U.S. And you don't have to be in the U.S. That's the whole thing. Like, you could put a My City SEO site up and not be located in the U.S., but still service those clients. Now, there might be a language barrier if your English is not fantastic, but if you're outside the U.S., you can still get clients in the U.S. A lot of my clients I don't even see face to face anymore. And he says, I'm going through a guru's coaching program and I want to promote it. I also bought an H domain which I want to use as a money site. I don't have any prior experience in internet marketing. That's a good way to start. Or should I stick with ClickBank products? I would say, ClickBank is just an avenue where there's other places where you can get products from, not just ClickBank. If you have a product that you've used, you've had success with, I would say put out some videos on it. Guru product review, how this product helped me. Do some keyword research on it. If you know that program and you liked it and it helped you, and you could connect with other people who are thinking about getting that program, or giving them a reason to get it, or knocking down a barrier. So if people are looking up this program online, they have a barrier in their mind why they're not purchasing it. They want to be convinced. So if you could remove those barriers and then convince them to buy it, and they buy it through your link, I'd say, go try that program. I would do that other than getting a ClickBank product that I have to get and learn about. Okay, so it's all about, when it's all about being able to, like I said, connect with the person and figure out what's their hang up. You went through the program. If what was your hang up before you bought the program? What could possibly people's hang ups be? And then I would make the videos on that. Can you train us on how to do pre-recorded videos and syndicate them? Yes, I can. I am going to. The training I'm doing right now is how to do Google Hangouts, how to upload pre-recorded videos to Hangouts for free, and a paid method to do that. I'm also going to show you different kinds of videos, how I make them, or what I use to make them. If you're looking to do I'll give you right now. You know, there's different things you can get like Sparkle, SPARKOL. You know, I use that a lot to make animated videos. You can go on Fiverr. People make videos for you on Fiverr. There's something else called People Per Hour. That's another where it's kind of like a higher end Fiverr. People, you know, maybe 50, 60 bucks. You give them and they'll make some videos for you. But I got some more training for you on this. And I'm sorry if I'm going too fast for you. Let me just check a couple of these questions here. Okay, so what is syndicating mean exactly? Well, what syndicating means, we basically you take a video and you syndicate it, or you put it out there on different channels. Basically, not only you get to rank, but say I take that video and I syndicate it on Daily Motion, I syndicate it on other video channels. But basically just getting your video out there. Okay, so I'm in Director's Cut and I've started to go through your affiliate marketing videos. What about high-end affiliate marketing? Can you recommend any products or services that offer $500 or more in commission? Where would you look? You know, there's places where you can, different places you can look. One place is Offer Vault. Let me do this. Offer Vault. I'll put that in the question here. I think this will send to all. It's called Offer Vault. Just go to offervault.com. You'll see that there's a lot of different offers there. Some, you know, upwards of, I don't know if they're $500. If you want to get in the $500 range, you're more likely looking for a specific product, like a guru product, like that other individual was talking about. You know, product that sells for a couple $1,000s. Those products, you know, they may be harder to sell because you know, it's a higher ticket. So I mean, if you have a list, usually they're a lot easier to sell with a list. Or if you're doing a launch jacking, meaning a product's coming out and you know you rank for the name, you give a bonus. But with the ClickBank products, even though some of those products aren't like awesome, they're kind of weird products. Like I think I have a video on chronic urticaria or something, and it's like some kind of hives thing, and it's not sexy at all. But I think I get like 30 or 40 bucks per sale. And I tell you, when that site was ranking, you know, I was making well over $500 a month. I mean, my video that I have ranking that I get $22 a sale for makes me over $1,000 a month. So sometimes it's not always like going for the big kill, as far as, you know, finding the niche or the micro niche where you can find that hungry audience, and you know you sell a lot more of a lower end product. All right, let's see. Do you do your videos with Video Maker FX? If you did, do you have to buy the images used in the videos, or do you have someone on Fiverr do it? My videos I make with Sparkle and Video Maker FX. They do have images for you. You can also purchase images. You can have someone on Fiverr make the whole video for you, or that People Per Hour. You can make them, you know, they'll do the whole video for you, so you don't even need to buy the software. And I'll put some links to these places. I'll give them to David to put in my training area. Some of these outsourcing sites where you can get people to do this stuff for you. That's what I do. I mean, I have the programs. I train my outsourcers to do it. I don't make the videos. I couldn't even show you how to make a video right now using Video Maker FX because I have somebody do it for me. And this stuff you could hire out for really cheap. Could you go into scripting for videos and or follow-up emails? I've been having trouble making a good video. Okay, I have training coming out on this. 2 within the next week or so with SEO techniques, but could you go over how you do your backlinking or citation social signals? Yes, that's the video that will be coming out. Okay, so one thing on this one, let me just, the videos, scripting the videos. You know, there's a few different videos you can make. Okay, you can make a review type video, you can make an informative video. When I make review videos, I'm either in the video or I like to have somebody talking live, and I want to get their attention right away. So a lot of times when people are coming and they're looking for a solution to the problem, they have, I don't know, they have these obstacles already in their mind, like, you know, like how do I know that you know what you're talking about, or you know, how do I know you know really what my problem is? Like, my problem's so unique, no one else, you know, can solve this problem for me. Or what if I don't like what your answer is? So, you know, right in the beginning of the video, I try to establish myself as quasi the expert, you know, like, you know, and kind of hook them with let's say a statement or something to keep them watching the video. So if it was on, you know, say weight loss, it let me think about it, because I'm kind of doing it off the cuff. But let's say it was weight loss, and I says, listen, you know, I've been, if you hear, you know, you're probably looking at a way to lose weight, and you've seen so many crappy products out there. You know, I've probably used them all, and it wasn't until I did this one thing that I was actually able to lose weight and, you know, blah blah blah, lead a productive life. You know, my story is I was, you know, I used to work a lot, and then, you know, you give it, you kind of hook them in, you tell them you know, you get on the same level with them, where you know they know that you've been where they've been, you have a solution for them, you know, then you kind of tell them what the solution is. Anyway, I'll go into this more in a future. I'll go into this more in a future video, how to make these different videos. So, what product should I promote, and can you look at these and tell me? Alright, so this is somebody that sent me a list of products and wanted me to tell them what products to promote. And I think we kind of covered this already. I want to build a YouTube channel, rank videos, hangouts on it, but unsure what keywords to go after. Alright, so I have videos on this already, on finding keywords, setting up a channel. What can I tap into? I was thinking about something. Okay, so basically I have videos on this already in the training, and we're going to be covering ranking hangouts. I watch your videos in Director's Cut, and they're great. I have one question. Let's say I create a few videos and they rank, get traffic, and sell. Then I create a landing page, or I need to create a whole website. Okay, so what this person's asking is, say they rank videos. Some videos, they start getting traffic to the videos, and now they're sending them somewhere. Do they have to create a full website? No. Let me answer that two ways. If you want to rank your website, yes, you got to create a full website, and Network Empire goes into everything you need to do that. If you're driving traffic to your landing page through other sources like videos or social media or something like that, you know, it depends. You know, I have videos that I send to a simple landing page that I get an opt-in. Once they opt in, it takes them to a video or something else, and they get in my email follow-up. So if you're not worried about ranking the website, you don't have to do a huge website. But now if you want to if you're trying to build yourself an authority, build out a niche, then maybe when people go to your website, you might want to have more pages on there talking about whatever the subject is. So it just really depends. But to start out, I would say, hey, you find a product make the video, rank the video. Okay, send that link to the affiliate page if you want. Then while that's up and going, create your landing page. Then send the link to the landing page. If you want to build that out from there, you see what kind of traffic's coming in, then you build out the site. Okay, so I wouldn't let building out the site hold you up from making the video, ranking it, and start getting money in. So you want to just, do the things you need to do, and then, build out as you go. If that makes sense. All right, let's see. I find Google Analytics difficult to use, and would like to know if there's a way to simply use it. Okay, so this one I'll do a video on this. Let me ask this: how many people here have a hard time with Google Analytics? Yes, me, yes, I do, yep, I do. Okay, so what I'll do is, it's always nice to get more Google Analytics training. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video on this, because if I do it on the webinar right now, I got to sort through my analytics, and I don't want to expose my niches or my clients. So what I'm going to do now is I have some questions here, and I don't know, you guys probably can't see the questions. I don't know how this works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the questions that I have here, and on the replay these questions will come up, but I don't think you can see it now. Seems to be any audio. Okay. All right, I'm going to, if you have any questions, just throw them in here, because I'm actually just going through them now. Let's see, May pass it. Okay, right. Amy says she's ready to break away. All right, Amy, you can do it. Okay. I'm just looking through here and I'm trying to find some questions. Okay, so Chris Lee says he loves my videos. Really appreciate it. If you guys have anything in the videos you don't understand, just feel free to email me. Okay, let's see. Looking forward to watching. Okay, here's a question from Eric T. In your intro overview set of videos in Project J area. Okay, now this is director's cut, so a lot of people don't have Project J here. But let me see. You reference another video where you say you demonstrate step-by-step setting up a Google My Business listing. Would you mind showing us where that video is? I'm having trouble finding it. Thank you. Eric, if you're in Project J or X, that is in the section on the right hand side where it's right by where Cotton's citations is and my videos on citations. It's right there. David just posted that the other day. So if you look in the news feed that David put up, he tells you right where that is. Are you still using TrustJacker or ClickJacker for CB or Amazon sites, and is Google penalizing these plugins? I still use it. I don't use it as much as I used to, because I haven't really done a lot of new ClickBank products. I don't know if Google's penalizing these plugins. I basically use it. TrustJacker. If you guys don't know what TrustJacker is, it's I go into it in one of the videos, but what it does, you can iframe someone's site on to your website. So meaning, like if I'm promoting Dr. Oz, say I do a video and I'm talking about a product like raspberry ketones, and Dr. Oz talks about this on his website, I can actually take a page of my website, or actually just build a subdomain, call it droz.myproducts.com, and when people go to that page, instead of seeing my page, they're going to see Dr. Oz's website, and they're going to think they're on Dr. Oz's site, but really they're on my website, and they can go through Dr. Oz's site while they're on my site, and what I can do is I can put have pop-ups come up using these plugins. To get more of an explanation, just go to trustjacker.com. They explain it there. But what I generally use that for is if I'm doing videos, then I send them to that page. Or on my email lists, like I got a really big email list when I was promoting Venus Factor for the weight loss niche. So now what I would do is I would send people an email and say, hey man, Dr. Oz was just talking about this awesome weight loss supplement. Go here. And then I'd have the link would just say Dr. Oz's website. They'd click on it, they'd go, it would be my site, and they wouldn't know it. Okay, and then the pop-up would be for raspberry ketones. So you're jacking the trust of someone else. So I'm not concerned about Google penalizing it because I'm not trying to rank that website. So could you combine setting up a local citation for a website with a CPA offer, or say offer vault? That is not local at all. Could you combine setting up a local citation? That's not local at all. Yeah, I mean you could. I don't know exactly what you're asking. You can make a local citation for anything. I mean, if you're going to do an offer vault, and if you're talking like a paper call or something where you're not in that city and you want to do it in a different city, yeah, you can create a citation. I think Network Empire talks about this in their training. But I mean, you can set up a citation really for anything if you want. It just depends on what your goal is. Is your goal to the CPA offer? Is it like a paper lead thing? Maybe you're doing solar or Windows and you want to rank, in the Google local for that CPA offer. Sure, you can do it. You could just make up a company called Joe's Windows and then send people to the CPA offer. If that's what, if I understand your question. Okay, so R4 system, David Miranda. I don't know what that means. Are they in DC? Okay, so you were, okay, Paul D asked, are they in DC? This is probably something I was talking about before. So maybe you can clarify on this. Okay, so it seems in the last few months Google has slowed down ranking videos, I think from all the crap being put out, i.e. 5,000. Which is time and let Google do this thing. Videos, the software worth throwing out. Okay, yeah, so is it getting harder to rank videos? I think in some aspects it is. You can't just throw a ton of links at it. I think that in Network Empire they did cover some of this on their office hours. Those 15-second videos, or those videos that are put out by like Hangout Millionaire and things like that, I don't use them, so I don't know. I know my videos that I do. One thing you gotta think about when ranking videos, it's all about engagement. Google, they look at links, but for YouTube, a big factor is engagement. Are people looking at your video? Are they watching it till the end? How are they finding your video? Do they watch it for 10 seconds and come off? And I have videos ranking in YouTube, right, for affiliate stuff that I haven't put a backlink in over a year, but they're ranking #1 because the engagement factor is huge, right? People watch the whole video, people comment. I mean, they really comment on the video. Sometimes they rewatch the video a second time. So it's going to depend on the quality of the video, and then also the links going to it. And in the video training I'm going to go into more on the method on how I rank videos. But basically I do a lot of embeds on different websites. So I'll show that to you. Can I create videos on treatment for disease name in location and upload multiple videos on the same topic but for different locations? Does YouTube allow that? Won't it create duplicates? Okay, so if you're creating the same video and you want to do different locations, I mean, if you're just copying the same video, odds are you're going to get flagged, right? Or Google could shut down your channel very easily. They've done it before. What I've done is if I'm doing multiple cities, I create a channel. I mean, this is just me. Other people have different ways to do it. Like say, I would create different channels. So one or two things. I would create different channels, and each channel, I would upload those videos. But each video, I'd have my main video. Okay, so say my main video was 60 seconds long. And what I would do is I would put a different intro and a different exit on that video and different music for each city. So say if it was, hives in San Diego, hey, this is Joe from San Diego, whatever you want to do. If I'm going to get a voiceover, say I have a guy on Fiverr doing a voiceover, he does the middle voiceover, then he does like a couple of seconds intro and a couple of seconds exit using the different city names. Okay, so say I do 10 cities, he'll do the middle, then I'll have 20 snippets, right? 10 intro, 10 exits. Then I give it to my outsourcer, you can do it yourself, and I just add the intro, add the exit, and then I put a different music on it, because the music's going to change the kind of the wavelength that plays, and then we upload it to different channels. And I haven't had any of those get banned yet, even though they are technically duplicate, but I think I change them up enough. The other thing to do is just change the video or change the audio if you're going to put them all on one channel. Meaning maybe you have one guy read it, voiceover, then you get someone else do the voiceover with different music, then someone else do the voiceover with still different music. You might be able to get away with that. So I mean, it's just looking at different options. Those are the things I do. Okay. Do you recommend Calzoo be a call fire right from the start for paper calls if I intend to have multiple sites? Okay, so I use Calzoo and I also use Act, and they both use Twilio. I haven't used Callfire before. I know Fletch does. It all depends. The reason why I like Calzoo is because they have an opt-in form that's connected to your phone number. So say if I do plumbing in San Diego, I put my phone number on the site. I put the contact box on the site. Every time someone fills in that contact box, it produces an invoice. And every time someone calls the phone, it produces the invoice. So at the end of the week, I just hit a button and I have an invoice with the stating how many opt-ins I had and how many phone calls I had. With these other softwares, you have to check the calls, put that in the invoice, then you have to check how many emails they got. So it's more of a manual process. So that's why I use Calzoo. If you're not worried about, also Calzoo, you can you just sign up and it's set up right away. With stuff like Act, you have to put it on a subdomain, and they kind of have a higher monthly cost for some of the features you can get in Calzoo. So it just depends on what you like. Calzoo is pretty easy to use. Joe, not sure these are the type of questions you should be fielding, but thanks for taking time to do this. Well, David, I don't. Okay. In some of your videos you talk about leasing a site to a client versus taking them on as a client. Could you provide a quick explanation of the difference? So it's basically leasing a site is I put a site on, say, Encinitas Dentist, right? Dentist in the city of Encinitas, or plumbing, or Joe's Plumbing, and I rank Joe's Plumbing #1 for San Diego, and I tell plumbing company, and I say, listen, I have a site, it's ranked #1, this could be your site, and you can get all the leads for $1,000 a month. Or more than likely what I would do is I would say, hey, I have these leads coming in and I'll sell you these leads. You pay me $50, $70 per lead, and then you only pay for the leads that are real, meaning not that they turn into a job, but I'm not going to make them pay for spam calls or anything like that. And when you do something by lead, one thing is you own the site, whether you're leasing it or you're selling the lead, so that's your property. Plus, the people, the contractor or the client, they're paying on performance. If they don't get leads, they don't pay. So they're more likely to go with you and do it. So Russ says, great on the videos, thank you. With a syndication, I already covered that. The coach and director's cut, you're welcome, David. Glad to have you. Okay, Sada Q, I think. Okay, I have a website ranked page 1 for some competitive local keywords. I want to rent, but I literally do not know how to approach clients. Is there a strategy for this? I have a website ranked number 1 for some competitive. Of course, yes. I have a there is training on this in Project X, Project J. There's actually extensive training on this. There is ways you can. I mean, this is a big question to just go over in a webinar. So I'll just give you some ideas. I mean, if it's ranked number 1, the pay-per-call, you stick a tracking number on there, and you can send the leads to a potential client that you call up. You say, hey, I have leads. Would you like them? I'll give you the first week for free. Or what you do is you field the leads yourself as they come in, and you record the leads, because this tracking software, you can record the leads. So you're fielding the calls. Okay, yeah, okay, and let me get my technician over to you. Then you call up, say, Fred's Plumbing. Hey, Fred, I have this lead. This guy needs his water heater replaced. Are you available to do it? I'm just going to give you the guy's info when you can do it. Right? What's he going to say? Is Fred going to say no? No, he's going to say, sure, give it to me. Right? Then you do it again. Hey, Fred, I got another lead. Listen, Fred, I sell leads. Would you like to buy more of these? Do you like these leads? Boom. Then you can sell leads. Right? That's one way. Or you can take, hey, Fred, this is a website I own. Would you like to lease it? I get leads like this all the time. And then if Fred don't want it, then you have the recordings that you took, and you can take those recordings and you can go to other plumbers and say, listen, here's some recordings from my site. Would you be interested? So that's a real easy way to kind of rent your site out. For products that are for a few thousand, is there a financing company you suggest to help to finance sales? I don't know, Heidi. I don't have a finance option. Sorry. Joe, you're awesome for sharing this. Very helpful stuff. David, you're very, very welcome. I'm sure glad it's helping you guys. I have about 700 plus products on my site. Okay, of songs that customers purchase at $10 each. On average, Keyword Planner shows each has results of about 300 to 400 a month. They are usually very long tail. I'm considering doing YouTube vids to rank for each of these songs. Keywords. Does that sound? Music company. I am okay if you use it on the call. Okay. Well, let me do this. I got this here. Let me take a look at this this website, and I can give you more specific information on it. All right, I'll take a look at that site, and maybe we'll do it on a call and see. Okay, will you cover outsourcing soon? Yeah, I will. I got a lot of videos that I'm doing, but I think we will do some outsourcing stuff, even if I do like an office hours on it or something. I will be covering some of it. Sorry, just saw email address to send questions. Webinar replay going to be posted? Yes, it should. I have it recording on 2 computers and go to webinar, so we should definitely have a recording of this. You always sell products that you know perfectly well. To be honest, no. I mean that is ideal, right? You want to sell products that you know. Have I sold products that I don't really know? Yes. I found products that I found had high search, low volume, and I sold them. I mean, sometimes I put videos on that didn't make a whole lot of sense, when I first started. But I did. A lot of times what I did do though was I bought the product, and so I kind of knew something about it. So I knew what I was talking about somewhat. Have you used an outsourcer company? Monthly fee about 600 a month. Like, for me, I hire my employees. They were asking if I use a company, like I pay them 600 a month and they do everything. When I first started, I tried some of those companies. It never worked out for me. Um, I I got my own employees and I show them what to do. Meaning, I learn a task first and then I train them. So my requirements of an outsourcer is they need to have decent English, because I'm not looking for writers. Okay, because with outsourcing, there's right, you're not going to get one person that'll do everything. And I find a lot of times getting someone to write perfect English is difficult. So I crowdsource that. I have writers that just write me content. But what I'm looking for is someone that can know English enough that we could communicate. And they know it enough that I can communicate with them on Skype. They're fairly fluent, and they know Photoshop. If they know these two things, I can teach them everything else. Because if you have someone doing SEO for you, and you don't know exactly what they're doing, that you can get yourself in trouble. Plus, if you have an outsourcer and they say, "Hey, I know how to do SEO. I'll just rank your site," you don't know what they're doing, if they're doing anything at all, and if they make a mistake, you're not going to know how to correct them. So basically, I learn everything I need to know first, then I make videos and I train my outsourcers. When I train someone, I have some videos on how to find outsourcers. I'll see if I can dig them up and put them in Director's Cut, that I started making. But when I find an outsourcer, what I do is I tell them, look, this is going to be 2 weeks. We're going to try you out, and I have tasks already set for them, and I figure out how long it's going to take me to do that task. Say the task is building a PBN site or something, and I record and say, okay, it takes me 2 hours to do this task. I'll give them 4 hours to do that task, and if they can't get it done within 4 hours, I'll talk to them, see what they were doing, see if we can speed them up, or if they make a terrible mistake, I'll give them another chance. Okay, if they don't do it right again, I may just cut it right there, or I may give them another chance. If they can't get it by the third time, forget it. Go on to the next one, because with outsourcing, you're going to have people that are they're going to say, hey, I know how to do this, or I can do that, and they really can't. They overpromise, right, what they can do. So the worst mistake you can do is hire an outsourcer, and then you kind of feel bad for them, so you keep them on, but yet they're not doing a correct job. So what you're doing is you're wasting your money, and you're wasting your time, and you're not getting your job done efficiently. So you're spending more time trying to get them to learn it when they just can't learn it. So is I provide tasks, I give them like a probation period, and I cut them. If they can't do it the way I want it, I cut them and go on to the next one. I cut them, and sometimes you got to go through 3, 4, 5 before you get a good one. But when you get a good one, I got a girl, she's been with me for 3 years. So, but I'll talk more about that. Maybe if you guys want, I can do a full-blown webby on outsourcing. Okay. What about creating a landing page with a video promoting a local business? I mean, you can do that. You can create a landing page. I mean, it all depends on how you want to do it. Like some people will promote local. I don't know if I totally understand the question, but like you can create a website where it's a review website, where you're saying plumbers in San Diego. You can see, listen, I've reviewed on my site. We review all the numbers of 100 plumbers, or a bunch of plumbers in San Diego, and we've narrowed down to the 3 best. So here are their numbers, and boom, and then they call the number, and you get paid, right? Because you're actually telling them that you're a View lead company. I mean, you can do that. But for a local business, if you're promoting a local business, you're going to need more than a landing page. Okay, so all right, yes, yes, yes. Okay, so we're going to do the training. I'm going to do some training on Google Analytics for sure. Okay, I think that should not be part of this course. Okay, that's my question. Okay. What about, okay, so what about creating a landing page with a video promoting a local, oh, yeah. Okay, I already answered that. Do you use Command Center and OMG or something else? It depends. What do you want to use it for? I haven't used Command Center yet. I was going to take a look at it. I kind of have my own system set up already, but too is Command Center. I know has a lot with buying PBNs. I'm not buying a lot of PBNs as of late, but when I start, I'll probably get that Command Center. What about creating a landing page with a video? Okay, I already answered that, I think. Okay. You were just talking about starting with a video and then building a site where the video gets ranked and making money. Could you give some examples of how the video can make money without a website that goes along with it? I'm talking about like creating a video, say for an affiliate product. So say I was making a video on chicken coops, and I ranked that video. Now in the link, I show this in the course. I have my website, so I buy my domain, right? And I 301 redirect that link from my domain over to the affiliate product. So now all the traffic that's coming in, it's going to the affiliate product. Now, it's a way to get started, and it's kind of like, I would say, it's a hole in the bucket, right? My leads are coming in, then they're going to this affiliate site, then they're done, right? But what I want to do is I want to plug that hole with my website to capture those leads. But in the meantime, I want to try to get as much money as I can, right? So get that going, get the leads coming in, then build your site, and then run them over to your site. Plus, if you're ranking videos in a niche, you can see, sometimes you'll rank a video in a certain niche and you won't get any traffic, or you won't get anyone looking at the video or clicking your link. So you could also determine if that's kind of the niche you want to be in, if you want to put the effort into making a video. And a lot of the answers I give is, you guys, is going to be, there's no absolutes, right? I mean, you do what works for you in marketing. There's so many different ways to market or to get to the end game. So these are, I'm just giving you guys some options. What about creating a landing page? All right, I think I did that. How do you figure out how hard it is to rank a video regarding local? There's metrics you can use. You can look at, and I think Network Empire, if you want to know like how hard to rank a keyword is, in Network Empire, they have their TLKT, which is their keyword research tool, and I think Sue Bell has a video on keyword research. They actually, I think, in that tool show you how competitive the keywords are. When I look at video ranking, honestly, there's not many things that I can't rank for. I kind of look at the videos that are there. I'll stick a video into sometimes the Open Site Explorer or some other tool, and I'll see if they have any backlinks, what kind of backlinks are there, and I'll see if I can overcome it. But I would take a look at that keyword video by Sue Bell. products on my site. Okay, we already addressed that one. For all the videos you make, do you store them? For all the videos you make, where do you store them? I guess if you're talking about like affiliate videos, well, on the affiliate videos, I store them. You know, they're on YouTube, and then I don't know, I have them on my computer, or I have a hard drive that I put them on, and you know, I use Dropbox a lot too. I mean, I don't store a lot of videos on Dropbox, but that's how I communicate with my outsourcers. Okay. I just heard you mention a video you ranked and are making 500. Is this an affiliate product? And do you typically make just one site for affiliate products, or do you make multiple sites for the same affiliate product? Okay, so what I was talking about was at $500. What I was saying is I ranked a video, and that video brings me in 500. Actually, brings me in over that. Brings me in about $1,000, give or take, a couple $100 a month. And that's a video that goes to an affiliate product, and I get paid, you know, $22 every time someone buys that product. So obviously that video gets a ton of traffic that goes over to the affiliate site. So do you make one site for the it just depends on the product, right? So I have other products, other videos that go to an opt-in where I say, you know, in the video it's like a review, and I'm like, hey, you know, I want to quit smoking. You know, I had all these problems. But you know, you name the pain points, right? When in the video, when you're doing a review video, you want to hit the pain points, right? Oh, I tried to stop smoking. I got the shakes. I got the jitters. And then so when the people are watching the video, they're like, oh yeah, man, me too. I get those same things. It's like, you know, I watched this video online, and dude, it was phenomenal. The guy, it was like he was talking right to me, and he really helped me overcome and help me kick this habit. I mean, I'm still struggling with it, but I couldn't be where I'm at without this guy's video. Okay, so what happens is when you hit the link, okay, it goes on over to that page, to my landing page. On that landing page, they don't know it's mine. It looks like a landing page. It says, hey, quit smoking today. The 10 steps that have helped thousands of people. You know, just leave your email and I'll send you the report. Right? Or I'll send you, and you can access the video. Alright, so then the people leave their email, it takes them over to another page where it shows them a video, or gives them a report, or gives them whatever they want. Now they're in my email follow-up cycle. And so that, you know, so there's, like I said, there's different ways to do it. Okay, so Sue Hollywood, talk about ranking and testing. Okay. I'm going to talk about that on a video. What about creating a landing page? I mean, I think, David, I think I answered this. So I know you keep putting it in, but if my answer didn't help you, let me know. How long does it take to rank YouTube videos? Man, it all depends on the video. Honestly, it depends if you're trying to rank on Google, if you're trying to rank in YouTube. Trying to rank in YouTube works a little faster. I mean, trying to rank on Google, it depends on the keyword. It depends on what you're ranking for. Depends if there's a video up there or not. So I'll be covering that also in some upcoming training. What do you use to create a pop-up? Is it a plugin? Yeah, it's the Trust Jacker plugin is what I use. And within that plugin, it has the pop-up, it has the iframe, it has everything. Rank, okay. Can you give a step-by-step of where you would start if you were starting out today? Woo. You know, if I was just starting today, I would start, to be 100% honest, with local client consulting, because then I can get paid to learn. Okay, what I mean by that is, you know, if I start, if you do affiliate, you gotta, or lead gen even, you gotta build a site, you gotta rank the site, you gotta buy the tools you need, you gotta buy the PBNs, and you gotta wait for it to rank. You gotta sell the leads. It's a process, you know. I mean, I do it, I do lead gen. I mean, that's my business. I don't take on clients right now, but I'm set up for it. If I was a first start and say I take on a client, like my first client, you know, he paid me 10 grand up front, $2,500 a month. So if I take him on and I have money to build a site for him, I have money to make videos for him, I have money to buy PBNs, I got money to pay for my training that I've been taking, all right, and so there is, you're getting paid right away. Now you're a little more, you're working for somebody. I mean, you have to perform, which with Project X, with director's cut, I mean, you can perform, believe me. I mean, that's not the issue. But it's like, and then you get another client. What you do is as I get more clients, I'm hiring outsourcers because I can afford to, right? So if I got to pay somebody, $350 an hour, and I'm paying them $500 a month, I'm not like, oh my God, I can't pay that, right? I'm paying my rent or I'm paying this outsourcer. No, I got money coming in. I pay the outsourcer. I build my team up. Now I got my team. I train them. And then if I want to expand, I expand into different things. So I like to just start out. If I lost all my money, dead broke all my sites, I would start with local client consulting. You're awesome for sharing this. What about creating a landing page? Okay, yes, you're welcome for sharing this. Like I said, it's the same question, so I think I answered that, David. Trust Tracker is starting to show up as around host suspended my hosting just yesterday for it. Ooh, okay, well, I'll have to check into that, Shane. I don't know why that would be. I'll have to look into it. Like I said, let's see. The video about Trust Tracker was really helpful. What about creating a landing page with a video promoting a local business for lead gen? Okay. All right. So, how do you promote the Trust Tracker site? Mostly by emails, or can you also SEO a site with Trust Tracker on it? If so, can you explain how? Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, I think I explained how I do it in the email. And so it's basically I send people to my website or a site that I control, and it iframes somebody else's site. And then it puts a pop-up up. Like, for example, when I did my muscle building, people would come, say, for Keon Green, and I'd have a page on it, but I'd also have a link to his website. So people would hit the link, and then it would go to a totally separate website that looked like his, but it's actually mine. An iframe is the same is like YouTube, right? When you put YouTube code on your page, you're iframing that YouTube video. So you're streaming from YouTube. You don't have that video loaded on your site. That's the same thing this is doing. And then so if it's in an email, I just say, hey, and like I said, you can do what you feel good with or what you don't. But if I did it in an email, I would say, hey, did you see, and say I had my muscle building list, hey, did you see what Keon Green has on his site? Check this out. And they'd hit the link. It would take them to my site, but it would iframe Keon Green's site. And that way they kind of think they're on Keon Green's site, but they're really on mine. And so that's how I do that. R4 system you use going belly to belly with, yeah. I don't know what RO4 means. I guess, yeah, it's basically you're just going and you're talking to clients. I mean, that's what I consider belly to belly. It's when I had my granite business, that's what my salesman called it, where you're going out and you're talking to people like one-on-one. I have a video that I want to link to a sales page offering my own digital products, looking for a payment system. Because it's too broad. I don't know. I don't sell digital products, so I'm not sure. I mean, I know. I mean, and I don't know. You can check with PayPal, or you can check j0e or something, but it's not really my specialty, so I'd hate to lead you off track there. Around 600 locations. Well, Spencer, I mean, I know people do that. They're doing it like for 600 locations. They use Hangout Millionaire, and some people do this very successfully. They just blast it out. I don't do that. Like, so for me, my lead gen sites, the locations is I will do, 30, 40, maybe 50 locations. And so say if I'm doing San Diego in that video, I might, put different keywords like for different cities, sub-cities, but I don't mass do it to that level. I found for myself when I did it, it was kind of short-lived, because eventually the stuff got taken down. When I do like lead gen stuff, I try to make all my stuff look like kind of like a franchise or like a national company. So, I don't go for mass. I go for less but more quality. Okay. Screen, yeah, you're not going to see what I see, but you will see these questions on the replay. Is it Kalzu? No, it's Kalzo. It's K-L-L-Z-O. It's with a K is what it is. So let me see. It's KLLZU.com is what it is. KLZZU.com. All right. Voice is gone. How do you spell Kalzu? Okay, just did that. Okay, Kalzu. How to? Okay, I got it. I can't find Kalzu. Okay. All right. Well, I think I just covered that. I'll put a link for it. We'll put a link in the members area. Okay. Which method is best for making money and why? Affiliate, pay-per lead, client consulting, or something else? Okay, I kind of covered that already. It really just it depends a little bit on your situation. How fast do you need money? What are your expertise? So, okay, the questions worksheets are not updating. Yes, they're not going to update until you watch the replay. What if a client has some citations already which are not uniform across all things, thus making... Can I go in and change parts of a particular citation for business on a site? Yes, you should be able to change the address and stuff on most citations. You're just going to make, if you have the login. Some may require you to re-verify, but if you have the login to the citations, you should be able to change the address. Your account name on ClickBank doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just put in something that you could remember. How do you get around the exclusive sites that only allow FlexT? I don't understand the question. FlexT to post on them. How do you get around the exclusive sites that only allow FlexT to post on them? I don't know. I don't know because I don't know what FlexT is. I was approved for a personal injury pay-per-call campaign. Is hiring an actor to create a video my best bet in order to get calls? Okay, so yeah, I mean, or a Sparkle video enough. I mean, Sparkle video you can make, you can get up really fast. What works good is, you can even do a review video. You say, hey, I got in a car accident and man, it cost me so much money, and I found so and so, and they really helped me to get a nice. You do some kind of, you make it sound legit, but like you can do a review video. I find all my videos, those review videos, are really the best. and I don't know. I gotta make sure I'm reading these questions if you guys can't see it. I think I read that question. He's basically saying he's doing a pay-per-call campaign for personal injury, and he wants to know what kind of video to make. The ones with the actors are awesome. I have a guy that does them for me. Those are really good. They're good. I like them. For, like, say you're doing a personal injury pay-per-call campaign. What I would do with that is, say I did the campaign and you get paid whatever you get paid for it. I would be recording the phone calls, and then I would go try to find my own lawyer, and then I would tell him, look, we can make these same videos for you if you had a video made with an actor. But I would say somebody up there doing a review video, sparkle video is good. The hire actor route, it's good, but it's not necessary. I wouldn't even, if you're just starting out, I wouldn't even worry about that. To answer questions about ranking treatment for disease videos, if I'm looking forward to ranking around 600 different locations, is it possible? How? Man, like I says, 600 locations, I don't do mass stuff like that. So there's people that do that. I don't do it. You could check out Hangout Millionaire. It's not cheap, but I know you can blast videos out, and I know it also will segment the videos, meaning it'll mix them up. I think you can have different MP3s, so it'll mix up location, it'll mix up the way the video comes out, it'll mix up put different backgrounds, music on it, and everything else. Yes, outsourcing video, please. When you hire the outsourcer that you train, how do you pay them? Per hour, set fee? I pay per hour, unless they're doing something specific. So for a long time, I was doing for clients contests. We'd build out a Facebook page contest, and that was a little more complicated. So I had somebody who I would just pay $50 to make those pages for me, or they would do a certain thing for me, maybe make all my backgrounds for my social media, and or make my Craigslist ads, and I was kind of paying them per project. But if I have a full-time outsourcer, I like to pay them per hour, and I like to track what they do. I use Odesk. I use Odesk because they track their movement. Odesk does take 10%, but for me it's worth it because I can see what they're doing, when they're doing it, and how active they are. Thumbs up to outsource webbing. Okay. I have a camera, Sony Nexus 6. Is this good to create videos for YouTube? I don't know what a Nexus 6 is, but I'm sure it's probably fine. You can use a webcam because you're gonna have to, when you put it on YouTube, it's gonna compress it anyway. So it all depends on what you're doing for it. The biggest thing with video is that you have good sound. It's got to be, the sound's got to be real good. Okay, so is Kalzu? Okay, thanks. No, I'm hearing you very well, but my screen. Okay, yeah. So this is you're gonna see it later. I'll figure out a way to maybe figure out what Greg does and see if I can do that for the next one. Okay, because people are saying they can't see the questions. What's the easiest way for this newbie to the online world to start ranking and banking with multiple streams of revenue? Literally newbie here. Okay, like I said in the beginning, what you got to do is you have to choose a path that you're going to take and stick to it. Okay, if you want to do local client consulting, Cotton is going to be dropping some serious videos on local client consulting. He is just like an incredible salesman. I have my videos. So say if you hit that avenue, hit that until you start making money. How much money do you need to make, right, to quit your job? How much money do you need to be comfortable? Is it $5 grand a month, $4 grand a month? What is it? Make a goal of how much money you're going to make. Stay on one path. Do it until you make that money before you think of something else. Even if something else sounds awesome, just stick to that path. Is my suggestion. Badass marketing message. Speak to him. Okay, good. Sorry, Joe, my bad. No problem, David. I know I'm behind on the questions. Okay, do you have a favorite way to get new local clients? Yeah, I mean the training that David Mills just posted and the training I'm going to be putting out pretty soon. What's involved in local client consulting? What do you do for them that's specific to it and not lead gen? Okay, like I said, I'm going to direct you over to those videos that David just put up, the interview I did with Mike Long. Basically, local client consulting is someone's hiring you to be a consult. You're ranking their website, you're building properties for them, you're working for them. Lead gen, I build my own properties, I build my own sites, I sell them the leads or I lease it to them, and I keep those assets. To start over with client consulting, how do you land that first client if you do not have any success stories or proof that you know what you're doing? Kim. Okay, Kim. So, right. Well, it's the way that you present yourself. So when I first started, I didn't even have a website. I didn't even have my own website when I first started. I got it eventually. But I would say go look at that training over in, again, that David Mills put in. But what you want to do is it covers some of it, but what I did is I had I had one lady who wanted referrals, and what I would do is I would tell people, look, I get results. I don't like to give referrals because it just doesn't. I don't want anyone bugging my clients. I gave a guarantee. I said, listen, I guarantee in this much, and it's very risky to do it, but it's what I did. I said, I guarantee that I'm gonna rank, or you're gonna get some phone calls. I said, if you don't get phone calls, if you don't get so many phone calls, then you don't have to pay. Or listen, and so what I would do is if they weren't getting phone calls, if I wasn't ranked, I would do some AdWords, and I would do within AdWords you can do like mobile only, where it's a per click, meaning that the ad would only show up on a mobile phone. When they click it, it would go right to a phone call, and they would get the calls, and then I could say, hey, look, I got here, you got 10 calls or whatever. So I would do something like that sometimes. Do you still do local paper call? Yes. I have Trust Tracker. They are no longer supporting it, that I can tell. Okay. Well, Amy, sorry about that. I'll have to check and see what's going on with that, or maybe try to find a different plugin, because like I said, I haven't used it in a little bit. So, what are the critical tools that you recommend that we buy to effectively conduct local client consulting? Tools that you recommend that we buy to I don't, to start out with, I wouldn't buy any tools. I mean, you have all the tools you need to get started. When I'm talking about tools, I'm talking about, like, if you're just starting and you get a client and you want to start ranking, and you want to buy like Social Explosion or TLKT or some of the stuff that these guys, that Network Empire offers, when you got money coming in, it's easier to buy those tools, because what those tools are, they're not really an expense. They're kind of required. It's cost of doing business. It's what you need to do your business. So when you're doing lead gen or affiliate, you're upfronting that money. You're putting that money up front out of your pocket. When you have a client, you take the client on, then you get those products. Okay, and the client's paying for those products. If you start with local client consulting, how do you deal with not having a portfolio or proof you rank? All right, I kind of talked about that a little bit. I mean, and what I also did, I'll tell you what I did, okay? And I'm just kind of, I'm not recommending you do this. I'm not saying it's morally right. I had a friend of mine who I helped out a little bit, and I would just say, hey, if somebody insisted that they talk to someone that I helped, I send them over I say, hey, okay, here's my client, and he talked to them. So, oh yeah, Joe helped me out, blah blah blah. I did help him out, but they didn't know that the exact details. I've done that. I've also ranked stuff before, whereas, okay, if you're really concerned about showing results, make a video on plumbing, or make a site and just rank it. Rank it for a certain term. And even if the term's not very hard, they don't know that. You can say, hey, look, I ranked for 24-hour plumbing in San Diego, or I ranked for this. But whatever the term is, say, look, there it is. I'm not going to show you all my clients because I don't do that. There's confidentiality, but I'll show you this. I got this video up here. I got this website. Or like the other thing that people do, which is very effective, is their SEO, city SEO site. Right? There you go. I ranked for, what is the hardest keyword term you could think of? Right? My city SEO. I rank for it. That should be proof enough. Or my city guy. Say, hey, my city guy hired me to, this is, I rank for this. So, you can do different things like that. And that's where it's not in this training. It's in NHB, the bigger coaching, where I go into like doing CPA paper call, where you rank some sites and you're getting paid through the CPA companies. So you rank it, you're kind of getting paid already, and you can use that as proof. Do you use Network Empire, Social Explosion, vSilo, or vCranking on your lead gen sites? I do use them all. Yes. Gumroad is great for digital products. Okay. Can't seem to find Kalzoo. K-A-L-Zoo. Okay. Joe, is it a good idea to use Spin Rewriter for affiliate sites, etc., or should I just stay away from it? It came recommended from Wyatt Tuskowski and Rick Medica, but I really would like your input, please. It depends on what you're using Spin Rewriter for. Really, that's what's going to depend on. And again, some things work for me, and just because I don't use it doesn't mean it doesn't work. I don't use any spun content anywhere. Like, say if it was an affiliate site where I was trying to sell something and I was spinning a bunch of content, and people read it, doesn't make sense. I mean, anything that's going to be on my affiliate site is going to be readable, and it's going to have a call to action. I'm going to want to I'm going to want it to convert. Now, if I'm doing like backlinking, my first tier I don't use any spun content either. But now my tier 2 and tier 3 sites, then I'll use spun content on that. Should I keep my local lead gen sites at different addresses from my actual business address if I'm adding them? Well, it just depends. I mean, your local lead gen site should have an address in the city where you're at. So, I mean, if you have one lead gen site in your city and you want to put it in, I mean, you can put your address in there if you want to, but I wouldn't put more than one. Plus, in Google Business, you can hide your address so no one can see it. But there's, you can also use a virtual office where you could pay 75 or 100 bucks, and you can and you pay them, and they take your mail for you, and it's like a virtual address, and then that's kind of what what you can do. And I have some other things I go over, but it's not in this course. It's in the NHB course. Okay, here and there. I just put here, sent to all. Okay, so I just put the link to Kalzoo, so you can check it out. Like I said, that's one option. There's also CallFire. There's also ACT, which is analytic call tracking. If you build a site for, say, plastic surgeons and rent that site out, does it need to rank for more than one set of keywords? It depends. Now, I mean, this is something I go into in the training. I talk about micro niches, and so if you search, when you have a micro niche, you're going after just a certain niche within a niche. So, if you rank for plastic surgeons, right? What what is, the traffic is going to be very broad. It's going to be hard to rank for that term, first of all, and your traffic is going to be extremely broad. Are they looking for breast augmentations? Are they looking for a nose job? Are they looking for a facelift? Are they looking for to remove a scar? What exactly are they looking for? So what I would do is I would drill down into that plastic surgeon niche. I would find like a niche within that niche. Say I do breast augmentations. Then I would look even further and I would look, okay, silicone or whatever it is, and then you just keep drilling down till you find that niche. Now, if you find that micro niche, it's going to be usually easier to rank for, and the traffic that's going to go to your is going to be very, very targeted. So even though you're not going to get as many people going to your site or your video, they're going to be more targeted traffic. And I go into in the training some videos on how I do keyword research. It's very basic. And then again, Sue Bell has some excellent training, and that's what their TLKT does. To understand is it helps you drill down. In a 301 redirect, it's a 301 and hop link, the same thing. A hop link is for ClickBank. When you get it's your ClickBank affiliate link basically. So it's a very long link. It says hop on it, but with a 301 redirect, what you're doing is instead of putting that affiliate link, like say in your YouTube video or on your site, you basically take that link and you put it into you have your domain, say Joe's affiliate site, right? When I put that link, I 301 redirect my site to that link. I know it's hard to explain on here. I have a video in there in the training that talks about how to do that. But basically what you're doing is, so when people will see joesaffiliatesite.com and they'll click on it, and it's going to take them over to the affiliate product. So they're not going to see that hop or affiliate link. Who do you use for review vids? I don't know. I use different people. I've used it. I've done some myself. I've found people who have been through something, that they're doing it, like like say rehab. I find someone who was in rehab or had a problem, or if I was doing smoking, I find some, so I kind of like find people who can do it, or I do it myself. This webby has proved awesome clarity on what to do with videos. Great. I'm so happy that you're able to be clear on it. Alright, so when you build a website, what themes do you like? And I do a few things. Alright, this person's asking, I gotta remember to read these questions, I'm sorry. He's asking, like, what kind of website do I use? Do I do basic or a great design? It just depends. Now, fortunately, in Director's Cut, we're going to be coming out, those guys are bringing in a theme, so which is going to be awesome, because it's not only going to be, it's going to have great design on it, it's going to be easy to use, and it's going to be easy to rank for. But it doesn't mean that like you have to have a great website to convert. Okay, I'm going to show you guys something here. Let's see how this works. This site has made me tens of thousands of dollars. Okay, and this is something along the lines of taking action. Okay, this is my Venus Factor. This site actually still brings me in money, even though I'm not ranking on page 1. I'm ranking for some terms. It's getting some traffic, but this site is not awesome. The story behind this site is I did a launch jacking on Venus Factor. I was working with another guy. He was going to do the site design. He never did. So I just put this up because I didn't want to wait. It was the launch, and this site brought me in a ton of tens of thousands of dollars. And I think probably the reason was it was a review of the Venus Factor, and it's a very simple site. It's easy to read. It takes them to the program here. There's an opt-in limited bonus I talk about here. So, I don't know, it worked fine. Now, could I have made more sales if I fix this up a little bit? Probably. But I would have made no sales if I would have waited to get this site perfect. Okay, that's the point. If I would have waited to make this site perfect, or I would have spent all this time on design to try to make sure it converts, and I never got it up, or I missed the launch, then basically I wouldn't have made any money. So this is a point where it's like, get something up, start making money, then you can improve on it. Because I didn't, because I did it and I got a lot of other streams of income, so I didn't need to concentrate on it. But if I wanted to, I would have just redone this, but it was still bringing me money. So that's the point, is just take some action, even if it's imperfect. If you can take massive imperfect action, that's where you're gonna that's when you're gonna start making money. All right, so let's get back to the questions. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'd love to see that mobile AdWords trick to get leads. Oh yeah, okay. I mean, all right. Like I said, I can't do it on the webby because I'll have to log into my account. I'll see if I can put something together on that. It's really just using Google, Google AdWords, and instead of using it to pay per click to rank on the desktop, what you're doing is there's an option you can hit that says only show on mobile, only do click to call. So it's an option in there. And if you set up a Google AdWords account, they have a representative that you can call and you can ask. Say, hey, I want as soon as you sign up, you can call them and they will walk you through how to use their system. And you say, listen, I just want this ad for this business to show up on mobile phones, and I only want it to when they click it, I want it to generate a call. I don't want it to go to the website. And they'll either set that up for you or show you how to do it. I'm listening to the questions being asked and want to let the newbies here know I am new too. So I'm making videos fun. Started making your training. I've got interest. What could be a big? Okay, so this is Lorraine Lewis. She's awesome. She's a butt kicker, man, and she's gonna be just lighting the world on fire. And she says here, when I told you someone who did beta testing for me, it was her. I don't know if she wanted me to tell you that, but she did it, and she's a perfect example. I gave her some training, and it's some videos I had done a while ago, and I said, listen, take this training, make it your own, figure out your own style of doing it, and then do it. And she did, and I've given this training to a few other people, and she's the only one that has come back and had success with it. And it's not because she got lucky. It's not because the training's bad, because it worked for me. It's because she took massive action, and she did it. I mean, she just went out and did it. She just did it, and she sent me an email. It's like, this ain't working, and my videos are terrible, right? And before I was able to respond to her, the next day she had 3 clients, or and it's because she did that, and that's kind of why I did the beginning of the webinar. She took that massive imperfect action. She wasn't 100% stoked with the email she sent out, but she sent them out. She did 10 of them, and she did it, and she got the response. Now, if she was fiddling around with the email and what she was going to do, and she didn't send anything out, she wouldn't have gone anywhere. So, she's an awesome example of just going out and taking action. Okay, Don wants me to move some NH videos there. I can. NHB is a whole different course. It's a totally different. It's different than this. I don't really have control where the videos go. Do you use avatars for affiliate sites, or do everything in real persona? No, I don't. If I get what you mean, like, do I use like fake? Do I use fake fake people? I do. I do. I use fake personas, I guess you could say. She was asking about affiliate sites if I use real people. Okay, so David Miranda says jackhopman.com he uses for call tracking. Thank you very much for your webinar. I did get the message I was looking for. Great, Michael. I'm glad. Joe, I apologize. What was the other company and link aside from Calzoo? It's ACT Analytic Call Tracking. Listen. I'm going to put links for all this stuff in the members area so you can have it. To clarify, all right, what's your take on building a site on Weebly to use its juice? Jimmy Kelly, goes over that, in depth, and I use it. I do what he says. So I would say watch those videos. I have Weebly sites that I use that I link to my site. I think it's a very good way to do domain stacking. To clarify on my business address question, I have a virtual office address already on my SEO business. Wasn't sure if it would be a good idea to use a variation of the same address for my lead gen site in the same city. Oh, I see what you're saying. I don't know. That's kind of, he's asking, he has his SEO site, my city SEO site, and he has a virtual address there, and he wants to know if he can use that same address to do a lead gen. Again, it depends. You could do it. I'm sure there's a lot of different people at that address. The question I would ask is, can you get another suite number at that address? Because a lot of times a virtual address will be 123 Main Street, and they'll give you a suite number, suite 346. Would I send my lead gen site and my SEO site to the same suite number? Probably not, right? Would I send it to the same address and a different suite number? Yeah, possibly I would. I've had clients where I've used the same virtual address for 3 different clients, but they all each had different suite numbers, and it worked out fine. Now, I will tell you this, that it's against Google's terms of service, they say, for virtual addresses, but I haven't had a problem. All right, so someone says, can't believe people show the person. Right, and I don't mind looking at people's personal sites if we can do it on a webinar. Okay, so this person's asking me on my Venus site, did I do the video? Yes, that's a video I did myself, or I had a voiceover done. We created a script and we made the video ourselves. It was not provided by the Venus Factor. Reviewed the product. That's my wife, Suzanne. That's actually a picture of my wife, and she was really into working out, so we kind of used her in the picture on the video. I have several other videos I use for Venus Factor too, but yeah, that's who it is. Can I take a crack at the training Elaine got? I'm definitely oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, that training I'm redoing right now. The one that Lorraine, not Elaine, sorry, Lorraine did. Yes, that's what I'm doing right now. It should be out here in a few days. Okay, so yeah, Eric T's asking, Ken Smith. Yes, guys, I'm gonna be putting that training out here. I'm gonna just modernize it a little bit, and it'll be in Director's Cut. Which CO do you use for virtual office? A company, I would imagine. I use, what company do I use? I just go and I try to find some on Google. So I'll type in like virtual office San Diego, and you're going to get the big ones that are going to come up, like Regents and these big national companies. I try to see if I can find some smaller virtual offices. Sometimes you'll find like a building that only has a few people in it, and really the purpose of a virtual office is is what it is say I have my SEO business, right, but I work from home, and I mean, this is not the purpose I'm telling you to use it for. This is what people use it for. Is I'm working from home. I want to meet with a client. I don't want to go in my living room meet with the client. I don't necessarily want to meet at Starbucks. Say it's a big client. I don't want him to think I don't have an office. So I get a virtual office that I pay a certain amount every month. I can get my mail there. It becomes my physical address. And when I meet my client, I go there and I meet him in the conference room. So he goes into the office and he thinks this is my office. And we meet in a real fancy, you know, conference room. And it's like an office, and without having an office, and you rent like the office space per hour. So I pay per month, and then maybe they give me like 3 hours a month. And if I want more, I got to pay so much, right? But you can find, like I said, big ones, or you can find like little buildings that do that, and that's kind of what I go for. If that answers your question. Okay, so I think I'm out of questions. We've been going for just under 2 hours, and wow, we still have most of the people still on the webinar. So this is it. This is going to be the last call for questions. And thank you. Okay, Amy, you're welcome. And Amy, I will check on that trust jacker, and I will check into that. Okay, so good, guys. That's awesome. I hope everyone has an excellent week and an excellent weekend. Yeah, my voice is really, really hoarse, so I do need to do it. Okay, John. Okay, one more question. Creating a Weebly site for juice. Yes, John, I think that's a good idea to use a Weebly site for some link juice. Jeff says, do I have a place in Costa Rica I can stay at? Jeff, I'm not in Costa Rica right now. We're home. My wife, she's pregnant. So, I mean, we got pregnant, whatever. I don't know the right terminology. So I'm actually in New York right now. Costa Rica is awesome. There's wonderful places that you can stay. I miss it right now at the moment. So, all right, guys. Remember, you guys can email me with your questions. And if anything on the webinar wasn't clear, or in my training is not clear, let me know. I will try and clear it up, and I'll try to get it out ASAP. So we're going to shut off, and we'll talk to you guys later.